Hello Pisces, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This reading is for you if you have one of those placements. And if you don't know your zodiac placements, well, there is a link in my description box of how you can get that information for free, okay? And if you want to ask specific questions from the tarot, well, you can. You can book a personal reading with me by following the directions in the description box below this video. That's the one and only one way to book a reading with me, okay? And truly appreciate the likes, the comments, and those of you who subscribe and support my channel in that way. Thank you all so much for that. All right, first we're going to look at the past person, then we'll look at new, and then we will pull it all together for everything at the end, okay? All right, Pisces, first the past person. The person from your past that's on your mind right now, let's go back in time to the point in time that this thing went by the wayside between you and them, okay? And see how they were feeling, acting, or thinking towards you and this dynamic at the time that this thing went by the wayside, all right? The time and point in time that this thing went by the wayside, Pisces gang. Team Pisces. Team Pisces. Let's see what we can find out from the divine today for you. Some of you were being juggled, either energetically or otherwise. And this person was trying to keep you from knowing. Wasn't really speaking up about it. All right. All right. Now, let me tell you what you were told and tell you what was going on, because I believe that's two different things for a lot of you. All right. First of all, Pisces, there were perhaps a lot of starts and stops in this thing. This is not the first breakup and get back together. And if that's not the case, it was rocky before this thing finally went by the wayside. All right. Now, originally, I think this person came across like they were really, really happy and vibing well and doing well, and like you were just everything that they wished for. Okay. But what you probably were not told, all right, is that your person was juggling you, all right, with another person. Now, it may not have been like physically cheating, but there was an energetic tie to another person. Either they were flirting with someone, they had their eye on someone, or this was someone from their past, possibly, okay? And, again, there were a lot of stops and starts here. A lot of stops and starts. There was thought by your person that this thing could make it at some point in this thing. Your person had a lot of hope for this, and then at other times they would give up and feel like they were fighting a losing battle, and it would, this is the very center of the spread, being in limbo, left you in limbo, right? And they weren't really telling you a lot. I don't think your person really expressed a lot of emotion towards you with the Page of Cups here in reverse and the Ace of Cups here in reverse. I think you questioned whether or not they even cared about you at all, or what was their whole, motive for being with you. And, you were fair with them, but that was a one-way street, I feel, in your mind at least, okay? Now, maybe you got accused of that by them. Maybe the shoe was on the other foot. This could go either way. But the majority of you, I think this person was just not very expressive with their emotion. And I think what you were told is, I think they were cold to you. With the Nine of Pentacles here, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Cups, they were just cold towards you. And I think what they told you is that they wanted to be single. But I'm not so sure that's the case. I think that's what they said, but I'm not sure that's what they did. Okay? I see a couple of cards that can speak to that. Okay? I think they weren't telling you everything. Page in reverse here. Point blank period. There were things that were not communicated to you. Point blank period. Not just emotion, but otherwise. Okay? At times you thought their motives was pure, but at other times you had your doubts. At other times you had your doubts. And this person really was just not emotionally available nor emotionally mature. Okay? I've got that too. All right? Some of them were trying to bury their emotions. Some of them were. All right? So as far as zodiac signs here, you've got water and earth and fire, and you have Libra in the major arcana. But I want to see where they are now, Pisces, as we go forward in this thing. It could be any zodiac sign. I don't get too hung up on the zodiac signs. It's more about the messages. So just take what resonates. You already know, I'm sure, Pisces, if this is your story. And if not, well, you know, be glad and, you know, just swoop on over to the new person, right? All right, so Pisces, let's fast forward to the time you're watching this reading, right? Because readings are timeless. Has this person, do they have any regrets? Do they miss you? Do they think about you? Have they released this? Anything that we can get about how they feel now. How do they feel right now, Pisces? How do they feel? Let's take a look. What are they? Where are they at right now at the point in time that we are having this conversation? Still acting cold. Oh, but there's emotion here. But they're acting cold and distant. Maybe at a distance, okay? And they are still caught in a decision-making process. Still. Between you and another person, some of them. Or whether or not to go down this path. Oh, they're busted up too. Okay, let's talk about it. Because they're not. No, they're not. They're not being honest with you about how they feel. Okay, but they're busted up, and quite honestly, they're overburdened. And there's a lot of times they feel like that perhaps this thing could have worked. But they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. And they're not making a decision. They're hung up in the decision-making process for some of you between you and another person, okay? But do they have emotion for you? All day long. All day long. They know that if they would have stayed with Pisces, they could have been happy. But they're cold and distant. Cold and distant. And they've told people that they've put this behind them. But they have not. They have not. And they're suffering for it. They are suffering right here, okay? They're not happy. Okay? Not happy. They're saying they're fine. They're saying they're fine. But they're acting immature and emotionally unavailable still. Okay? And they're still not telling you, right? And not coming forward how they feel. Why do people do this? I don't, you know, and I said this, I forgot, I think it was Leo's I said this to, that I have given up a long time ago trying to figure out the behavior of certain people. I've accepted that some people I can't figure out, and I'm okay with that, all right? It's not my job to understand the thought processes of other people, just me. That's a full-time job, right? But I can tell you what it is. I can't always tell you why, but I can tell you what it is, all right? So we have air and fire and earth and water, okay? And so, again, it could be any sign. We're going to look and see whether or not they are going to come around and speak up eventually, or if they're just going to stay there being miserable. Because they are right now. I don't care what they're saying. They're miserable. They're miserable. And they feel very confused with that Ace of Swords that came up in reverse. They lack clarity, and they don't know what to do with that Two of Wands in reverse. They don't know what to do about this. So are they going to have a light bulb moment and figure this thing out? Or are they going to reach out? Are they going to come clean? Let's find out, Pisces. Are they going to reach out and come clean? Let's take a look. Will this person that we are reading for reach out to the Pisces? Will they reach out? Eventually. But it is going to be a long time. A long time. All right? A long time. There's unfinished business here. Okay? But they are going to reach out. Okay? But honestly, even when they reach out, they're on really shaky ground and feeling very overwhelmed and in limbo. Okay? And quite honestly, have got a lot of healing to do. Okay? Got a lot of issues, got a lot of shadow work. Well, because, and we got this in the reading, so that would make sense. Because there's issues in their shadow, in their subconscious, okay? And it leaves for a lot of uncertainty, okay, and a lot of wishy-washy kind of, thing that we saw with them being emotionally unavailable and emotionally immature. That came out. And quite honestly, they're overwhelmed. And I think for a hot minute, they're going to ponder options even still, okay? Even perhaps after they reach out, okay? They're out of balance, okay? They don't know who they are. They don't know who they are. And I'm not sure that they're really going to grow up. Now, there's unfinished business here. So there's issues that need to be resolved. And there's going to be a reach out. But quite honestly, I'm not sure that it's for reconciliation or just some other, I don't think they're going to express reconciliation, but I think they're going to contact you. But I don't think that, and I think the reason that this Moon card came out is they're not going to be real clear about what they want. And the reason, Pisces, is because they don't know. They know they love you, but they don't know if they want you, right? It may be one of those things where they don't want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you either. But they do love you, for what it's worth. I mean, we do see that. And there's unfinished business here. And they're in limbo. I think it's going to be a lot of like questions. I think if they do reach out, eventually, when they do, Pisces, it's going to leave you with more questions than answers. And you're going to be like, okay, well, what was that even for? Why did he or she even reach out? Okay, if they weren't going to, be honest, kind of thing about, or have clear intention about what they want. So that's kind of what I'm getting. And I don't know that this person is going to have growth. Certainly energies can change, right? And regardless of whether there's a reconciliation with you and this person or you go to a new person, you've got to heal. And if you reconcile with this person, I hope they will too, before you come back together, because either way, you'll manifest another debacle because you're carrying, relationship failure type energy, right? And I mean, we've all done it. I'm not throwing shade. I have definitely toted that luggage a lot of my life. So, okay. As far as zodiac signs, we have earth and water. We have Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius, okay? And I am going to now look at the new person coming in. The new person coming in, or somebody maybe that you have just started talking to, Pisces. The new person or somebody that you might have just started talking to. Let's take a look, Pisces. Let's take a look at what we can find out, okay? The new person. And you may have multiple options. Sometimes we just hear about one, okay? So take that and keep that in mind, okay? All right. All right, Pisces. All right, Pisces, I think you may have multiple options here. You must. All right, now let's talk about this thing. First of all, you've got one that's going to be pretty charming, okay? But quite honestly, in my opinion, they're so consumed with themselves and they're so worried about how they look to everybody else. That is more about what they want than anything else. And quite honestly, you may be like decoration on an arm, if you like arm candy, if you know what I'm saying, for maybe to flex, to show off for an ex, for family, whatever. But it's because of other people's pressure or opinions. And this is a accident looking for a place to happen, all right? And I think you're going to have your doubts about this, Pisces. I really do. And quite honestly, this would be one-sided, right? One would give, not the other one. And you would have doubts immediately, all right? Now, you do have something good coming in as well. I think you have two options. And good news, all right, good news. A lot of emotion here. Somebody mature, possibly a business person, okay? And you're getting noticed. I mean, again, I think you've got multiple options out here, okay? Pregnancy card here for what it's worth, okay? But you do have a viable one coming in. Somebody who's mature and stable and probably dynamic. Both of these, interestingly, are probably going to be physically attractive. Okay? But just be very mindful of somebody that is overly vain or concerned with other people's opinions. And almost what I'm getting from this is somebody who just feels the need to do a lot of flexing, if you know what I mean when I say that. All right? All right? Because, you know, just like those other people's opinions can sway them to come into your life, if they're that wishy-washy, then they can equally be swayed just as easily by other people's opinions to bail. And that would leave you right here, right? So I don't want to see that happen, all right? So use your intuition on this one, Pisces. All right, and you have pulled fire, and a lot of fire, okay? A lot of you got fire signs coming in. You have water and earth, and you have Scorpio and Aries for what it is worth, Pisces. Let's pull it all together and see what other information we can find out for the Pisces about romance or any other messages from the divine that need to come forward for you, Pisces. Let's take a look for the Pisces, right? We're going to pull some romance oracles for you too, okay? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, well, I hope you will consider doing so, okay? All right, what other messages do we have for the Pisces? Other messages for the Pisces. And if you want to ask specific questions of the tarot, well, you can book a personal reading with me by following the directions in the description box below the video, okay? All right, Pisces, what else does the divine have to tell us today for you? Let's take a look. Let's take a look, all right? Let's take a look. All right, so here you go. All right, you got some things that are viable, some things that are not. Okay, point blank, period. All right, you do have something coming in, reason to celebrate, low on drama, somebody who's pretty independent. All right, now you've got another one that's really probably heavily focused on an ending from the past. It's not worth your time. Okay. No equal give and take here. You got to use your intuition, Pisces, on making decisions, all right? And just be very, very intuitive, okay? But you do have some viable things coming in. Cause for celebration, okay? And the advice of that card, don't wait till the big days to celebrate, right? Celebrate every day, okay? Celebrate every day. There's always a reason to be grateful. There's always something to be thankful for. Celebrate it, right? All right, Pisces. So you have pulled water and earth and fire and Leo. All right, so let's pull some romance oracles for the Pisces gang. Romance oracles for the Pisces. Romance oracles for the Pisces gang. What else does the divine have for you today? Maybe something new that we haven't covered. Maybe something new that we haven't covered. Or just some additional confirmation. This could go either way, Pisces. This could go either way. And thank you all for the comments when you leave those and the likes. I truly do appreciate all of that. Okay, Pisces gang. Well, I kept thinking something. Oh, there it is. All right. And did one fall? No, here it is right here. Two fell out. Okay, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in some of your love life, okay? Very soon. Some of you need to decide what you want because you're in manifestation mode and you've got options coming to you quicker than you realize. And some of you just make the effort, right? You know, and I laugh about this and I say this a lot, Pisces, but I mean, we've got to get off the sofa from eating bonbons and watching Criminal Minds because our person is not going to fall through the roof, right? And I'm not saying to go out there and just, you know, seek, but get visible, right? Just, you know, get out and about, go do things, you know, go shop, go, you know, meet the girls or the guys or whatever for coffee or drinks or whatever. Just get out and be visible. Go to parties, go to social events, you know, get out and go shopping. Heck, go to the grocery store. You might meet this person over a can of beans. You never know, right? And new love for many of you is coming in. Something very, very viable here. So there's your confirmation, Pisces, right? And I said that early on. And this one fell out. This could be the one for many of you. Some of you, this is the one. It's your life partner, okay? So thank you so much for watching, Pisces gang. Many blessings to all of you guys.